Alright, let me stop that. What's up, guys? It's Mix from Market Open. That's usually the sound that we hear in the room when we kill it for the day. Um, let's get started here. As you can see, all green today, up $616. Let's see here. Let's start with my first one. So UCTT. Um, okay, so UCTT gapping down. Not a lot. It was on earnings as well. So right off of the bat, I took a short right at 27.41. So right around here. Here we go. Yeah, that's right. I wanted to short it right under 27.50. Um, the initial pullback, as I always do, I thought it was going to continue down. Boy, was I wrong. It came back up over my stop. Which was let's see, I got kicked out of it right at 28.08, so I was stop loss right over the whole number, kicked me out right here in this candle. Lost, I think it was I was down like $130 or so. Next trade was a STM. So next trade on STM kind of took a while actually. It was gapping up on earnings. Somebody had called it out in the room with TradeNet, and I went long over. Let's see here, 2263. So right in this consolidation right here. So right here, I noticed that it's not a big mover. So STM is definitely not a big mover. My stop was 2256. So since it's not a big mover and it wasn't really a lot of risk, I was risking less than 10 cents. So I just took a full position of 1,000 shares. I rode STM for quite a while. Here, let me see where I sold. I sold half the shares. Let's see here. 15 minutes later. So I sold half the shares at 22.79, and then I sold another 250 at 22.82. And let's see here. Where did I sell my last bit? My last bit I sold at 10.40 at 22.96. So I actually ended up making $210 on STM for the day. Now, let's see here. I think UCTT. Oh, that's right. I went short on UCTT again. So I have. It's not necessarily a rule, but I like to give stocks two chances. Two chances. That's it. So if I don't get it on the first time, if I know that the stock is going down, and you just kind of have to find the right place to short it. So you might not be right the first time. So that's why I like to give it a second shot, because you have a higher chance of percentage of getting it right when you know the direction that it's going. It's just the first time is just bad timing. So I ended up shorting UCTT right under 28.50. Let's see, what time was this at? This was right at 10. So right at 10. So right here. So right under the whole or the $1/2 here. So this is one of my favorite go-to patterns. I usually do it off of VWAP, but this would be considered a bear flag. So you pull down, it pulls back up to either moving average or VWAP, and you short it at the next 5-minute candle and make a new low. Next 5-minute candle to make a new low. Remember that. Either if you're going long, it's next 5-minute candle to make a new high. If you're going short, it's next 5-minute candle to make a new low. So shorted it right here at 28.50. Got filled. UCTT. I covered 200 down. Let's see, where was I at? 27.94. So break the whole dollar. 27.94, and then let's see here. Then I covered the other 200. Actually, I'd cover another 50 for some reason. Oh yeah, at 27.75, and then the last at 27.44. So I was down here. So I basically wrote it all the way down just on this pull down. I decided not to trade UCTT again, although as you can see on here, it kept going lower and lower and lower, but I was already done with that stock. So get your gains and get the hell out of Dodge. UCTT, next one. Let's see here. I think I went long on FFIV. FFIV. Right. It's got to be this one. I haven't even looked at it, but it's got to be this one right here. This is a bull flag all day. Remember I said earlier, next 5-minute candle make a new low or make a new high. So I can tell you right here, this had to be my entry. It's one of these two candles had to be my entry. So went long 125 shares, right at 125. I sold 100 shares. So hold on, let me get you the exact entry so you guys know. Let's see here. So 1036. So right here, within this candle, I went long right here. Yep, right at 125. Right as it broke over 125. I sold 100 shares at 125.99, and then I rode the other 100 to 126.39. So I got a point and some change out of it. Same thing with that one. Obviously, you see it went higher, but still got out. I was up way more than I risked. I ended up making $238, and I was only risking $100. Now ask yourself, is that a trade that you would take every day? Would you risk $100 to make $238? I would. So now next trade I took, I believe was it? Oh, the trade was CELG. Okay, so this is right. Hold on, let me zoom out there. Oh, this was actually a very dangerous trade, and I'm not really quite sure why I took it. One of our head analysts in the room was thinking that this is maybe not a gap fill. As you can see, CELG gapped down from around 120 all the way down and opened up under 100. So it was, considerable losses for any investors that were in there. So we were thinking maybe this is one of those big companies that whenever it dips down, some people would think to buy it cheaper. That's the investor type mentality. So that's what we were thinking as well, that people would scoop it up. But it's obviously this company's not as popular as Boeing or Walmart, Apple, Google, things like that. Anytime those companies dip, it gets bought up most of the time. So that we were thinking that was going to happen at the break of 100. If it came back over, we sat there and we waited for it for a very long time. I actually ended up getting in when it broke over 99. So let's see here. I got in. Wait, hold on a second. There we go. Right there. So I ended up getting in when it broke 99, and then I added. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. I went long at 99, and I ended up selling at 99.80. So I ended up getting $80 out of that. My thought process behind that was, you can see that it's making a triangle. So let me draw this for you. You can see it's drawing up this way. So as you can see, the wedge just kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So whenever you see something like that, it's either going to go up, it's going to explode up, or it's going to explode down. So I saw the sellers and the buyers were both starting to move up. So then that's why I decided to go long over 99. Right over 100, I sold it just to take those gains, and then I got back in at 100, and it was a little sketchy for a little bit. So it didn't want to make up its mind, because we were thinking if it's gonna get over 100, it's gonna explode over 100. It didn't really quite do that. It kind of struggled for a while, and I ended up getting out right at 125. So I only ended up making $25 or something like that out of it. Not much, but I was already green basically with most of my trades today, so I just decided to get out and just be done with the day. All right, guys, thanks for watching this market recap. If you guys do have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. And also, if you guys haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. I always put out new content every single day. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. All right, I'll see you guys.